So more gems from Shantideva. This one, this one's Bodhisattva practice for sure. It's in the conscientiousness chapter. Guarding alertness. I'm sorry, chapter 5, and it's 2 verses, but they're not one after the other. One is verse 74 and one is verse 80, but I put them together because I think they help each other. Between them are these wonderful verses on how to rejoice in the good qualities of others. That is a wonderful antidote to jealousy. But these two, I've been thinking about these. Okay. Very difficult. With respect, I should gratefully accept unsought after words that are of benefit, and that wisely advise and admonish me. At all times I should be the pupil of everyone. And then I thought one of the ways to help with that is when beholding someone with my eyes, thinking, I shall fully awaken through depending upon this being, I shall look at them with an open heart and love. I find this to be one of the most difficult things to do. And, living here at the Abbey, it's sort of a part of your training as a monastic is to be able to accept admonishment and feedback from the community. Of course, there's a skill in doing that. There's a right time, and there's certainly for the person who's doing the admonishment, there must be some, heartfelt motivation to benefit, not just in reaction to, somebody else's behavior. But that there's one thing to ask for advice. There's another thing to have it come your way. And in the back of your mind, there's the reaction, and then there's that little voice that says, you need to listen to this. And to be able to, with respect, gratefully accept these unsought words because they will benefit, advise or admonish, and to see ourselves as the pupil. So seeing ourselves as the students of, someone like Venerable Children, because Venerable Children being our Vinaya preceptor and being our teacher and being, the abbess here, unsought after words that are of benefit are usually a lot of the ways that she trains us, that wisely advise and admonish us. She has that skill, she has that wisdom, she has that prerogative, because we have voluntarily coming here and ordained and living here. We give her that permission. Now when it comes, that's another story, because the self-centered thought, the habit that she has sort of zoomed in on and is trying to help us with, we just don't want to see it, we don't want to look at it. And so to be able to bow our heads, fold our hands and bow our heads to her and say, thank you for pointing that out, I think is a remarkable sign of growth as a student of anybody, but particularly of your teacher. So then when we get into trying to learn how to do that with each other, because we're encouraged to do that, we're all a bunch of babies on this one, because doing it with a motivation, first of all, that really wants to help and support each other, when at the same time, to be clear about the motivation, so it's not just poking at us and we just want to react and put somebody in their place, but we want to point something out because we really love and care about them, and see that this habit of mind or this behavior really gets them spiraling, or gets them tight, or gets them pulled away or disconnected to us. But to be a pupil of everyone, so not only the community, not only Venerable, but anybody that we meet that may have something to say about who we are and how we're doing. And I know for a fact that if it's something of benefit, there is a wisdom mind of mine that recognizes that. Sometimes it's a little delayed. I'll get a reaction first. But sometimes when I come back around, maybe 15 minutes later, maybe a day later, my mind can recognize when I'm getting something that's going to be helpful. Once I get off the red flag, once I step off of the gas pedal, once I put the gasoline away, I can really see that. And I think that this, personally, training and living here at the Abbey, this is something that I aspire to. I can do it more with my teacher. I can sometimes do it with the community, but that is one of my deepest aspirations, because sometimes what I can't see in myself that needs help, the members of the community who know me so well know what would help. And so to be able to trust the wisdom and the motivation of the rest of the community is a huge part of growing into community. But one of the ways that I think would be helpful for me personally is that when someone is giving me advice or unsought advice that I know is helpful, if I can see them as the cause of my awakening, I mean, that just like softens up everything in my mind and tells me that I cannot become awakened unless I'm willing to accept the wisdom of others and to be able to practice open-heartedness, to be able to practice fortitude, to be able to cultivate my wisdom when I can't see how to do that, and to see everybody that we meet as someone who we are totally dependent upon for our awakening. That whole dependent arising, the one that helps us to create the cause and conditions by helping us develop our good qualities, and as well as helping us to subdue the qualities that are certainly getting in the way of our awakening. So I would like to keep these both together, so when I do receive unsought after words that are of benefit from someone, that by looking at them and saying, this is one of the major causes of my awakening, and I look at them with an open heart and with the wish for them to be happy and have the causes of happiness. I think there are very, very profound training slogans for one's mind, and we can do that with just about anybody.